Can we have this conversation?
There's no worst showing off than when you're 11 years old, and as my mother used to say, you start to notice girls. Now the trouble with that was the girls I was noticing were about 5 or 6 years older than I was. So it took a lot of showing off. Now, that Christmas I got as a present about a 1/8 size regulation pool table. That means the pool table was about that big, and the balls on the pool table were about the size of big marbles. But I became an expert at pool. I became a pool shark. I hadn't even seen the movie yet, Hustler, which was the older movie, not The Color of Money, which is the newer movie. The older movie had Minnesota Fats. And, you know, his suit, his tie, I guess he was smoking a cigar at the time. So what I would do, I would pack up my pool table, go over to this girl's house that I was in love with, and she was probably maybe 17 at the time. And I would dress, I'd have a tie, I'd have a jacket, and, you know, Minnesota Fats, without the Minnesota, without the cigar, and I would show them how good I was at pool. And they were unimpressed. Now this girl that I was looking at and appreciating, I had a picture of her in my notebook in school. But it wasn't a picture of her, it was a picture of a gal who looked like her that I cut out of a magazine. So I was, oh, just, you know, over the hill in love with this girl. Now, the problem was, her boyfriend showed up one day, and it was the strangest thing. I had never seen this before. We were playing badminton, and in between matches, we sit on the grass. She would sit on the grass, and this boyfriend would have his face in her lap. I mean, face down in her lap. I had never seen that before. And I was so angry with him. So I really had to show off. Now, we lived by a creek, really, but it was a river. I mean, it was a small river or a large creek. People had motorboats on it. And we used to show off by diving into this creek. Now, in some areas, it was about 4 feet deep. And one family had a parapet wall that was 10 feet above the water. And we used to show off by diving into 4 feet of water. It was almost a belly flop, but not quite. You kind of brushed the bottom as you went really flat. My father built a diving board in our part of the creek where it was about 6 feet deep. Okay, so the girl and her friends were sitting on the bank, and I go up to the board. I'm going to do a perfect jackknife. And I forgot everything I learned about diving into this creek. When you do a jackknife, you go up, you touch your toes, and you go down as straight as you can. I went down straight, hit my head on the bottom. Luckily, I did not break my neck, but I saw stars, and I was lucky to get out of the water. So I'm crawling up the bank towards this girl, my neck like that. And I had to sit in a high-back chair for 2 weeks. My parents didn't send me to the doctor. You didn't do that in those days. Sat in the chair and watched TV for 2 weeks. Let this be an object lesson, especially to you guys. The last words you say may be, "Hey, watch this."